They say the sea keeps many secrets, but none as deep and dangerous as this one. A tale of forbidden love, of gods and mortals, of war and peace. This is the story of Narisa, the girl who loved beyond the tide. Beneath the waves, far below the crashing surface, there lived a queen. Azora, goddess of the sea, ruled the oceans with beauty, power, and fear. Her palace glowed with magic born from coral and moonlight. Her daughters were strong, silent, and loyal. All except one. Narisa. The youngest. The curious one. The one who, every night, swam to the edge of her world to look at ours. She watched the stars. She listened to human laughter drifting across the waves. And then one night, she saw him. A human prince, standing by a bonfire, his eyes glowing like firelight. His name was Kai. Something stirred in her that night. Something her mother could never understand. A longing for what was forbidden. She knew the rules. Never cross the boundary. Never speak to the people of the land. But her heart didn't care for rules. So she watched. Night after night. Until one storm changed everything. A mighty tempest rose from the ocean. Ships shattered like glass. Prince Kai was thrown into the sea, swallowed by the dark. But he did not die. Narisa found him beneath the waves, his body sinking, breath fading. She wrapped her arms around him and took him to a secret cave. She used her mother's forbidden pearl of light to heal him. As he slept, he whispered one word, angel. By dawn, she returned him to the shore and vanished. But the moment lingered. Prince Kai awoke with no memory, only a dream of a girl with sea blue eyes and silver hair. He began painting her face, over and over, not knowing why. And from the shadows, Narisa watched him, every day. When they finally met, truly met, it was under a full moon. She rose from the water and stood before him. They said nothing at first. Just stared. As if they'd known each other across lifetimes. I thought you were a dream, he said. I shouldn't be here, she whispered. But she stayed. For one night. And one night became many. Words became laughter. Laughter became touch. And soon, love. But love has consequences. Azora, the sea goddess, discovered her daughter's secret. Her fury shook the ocean floor. You gave your heart to a mortal, she roared. You dare bring shame to our blood. I only followed my heart, Narisa replied. You are no longer of the sea. Azora tore the pearls from Narisa's neck, stripped her of her title, and cast her into exile. And as her daughter drifted alone in the sea, Azora summoned the Leviathan, a beast of old, to punish the land that stole her child's heart. Waves rose like mountains. Sea monsters crushed ships. The humans, unaware of Narisa's love, blamed the sea for their suffering. They prepared for war. Narisa, heartbroken, returned to Kai's kingdom to warn them. But the people feared her, called her a witch, a spy. She was captured, caged like a beast. Only Kai believed in her. She's not the enemy, he cried. She's the only one trying to save us. But it was too late. The Leviathan had reached the shore. And so Narisa made her choice. She would go back. She would face her mother. Not for herself, but for the world. As she walked into the sea one last time, Kai stood at the edge. Come back to me, he whispered. She turned, smiled, and said, I'll always be part of your tide. Deep beneath the ocean, Narisa stood before her mother one final time. You want me to return, she said, then take my soul. Let my sacrifice end your war. For the first time in 1,000 years, Azora cried. A single tear, that calmed the sea. The Leviathan sank. The storms passed. And peace returned. Kai stands by the ocean a year later, placing flowers on the shore. A wave washes over his feet softly. The sea is calm. In the distance, he hears Narisa's voice in the waves. And on quiet nights, the sea would whisper. They say if you stand still, if you truly believe, you can still hear her voice in the waves. Thank you for watching this story. Kindly share your thoughts about this story with me in the comment section. Give this story a thumb up and share this story out with your loved ones. Subscribe to this channel for more interesting stories.